Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. For today's soap, I am pulling out the PVC pipe molds. It has been a while since I have used those, but I was inspired by a recent Brambleberry tutorial where they made an orange grove soap, and they took a column mold and put it inside of the loaf of soap to make it look like an orange sticking out. And so I've had this grapefruit and lily fragrance. Not sure what design I wanted to do with it, so when I saw that, I thought, why not do something along those lines, very similar, but with grapefruit. So I'm going to get started here by pouring in my lye solution into my oils. This is a two-step or two-day process. I'm going to make the grapefruit embeds first, and then I'll come back tomorrow and unmold them and make up the rest of the soap. So let's give this a whiz. This also has my kaolin clay, my coconut milk powder, my Tessa silk, and my sodium lactate in there. So I have mixed that up just so that it is barely incorporated, and I'm going to split some of this off into this little guy here for an accent color. The fragrance says it accelerates, so we're going to see how it behaves. I have custom blended some colors here to try and get what's supposed to look like grapefruit. So wish me luck. I thought it would be a lot easier to get grapefruit colors, but alas, it's not. Now I have to decide which one I want to be what. I think I'm going to put this, which is going to represent the rind of the grapefruit. I have mixed together some Mimosa Yellow by Nurture with a little bit of Monarch that was from Soapbox Micas. I'll work on scraping that out in a minute. And then into the big guy, I have lost my little spatula. It's so tiny it disappeared. Oh boy. Alright, let's get another one. Do this one. Alright, so into the big one I have some red vibrance, just a little teeny tiny bit of red vibrance, and some coral reef, and those are both by Nurture. And so we're going to mix them all up and hope that we get some grapefruit looking colors. And this is supposed to represent the actual fruit on the inside of the grapefruit. Quite happy with these colors. I think I nailed the grapefruit pink, or like the ruby grapefruit looking color. This is looking a little orange right now, but it's because it has yellow mica in it, and typically yellows tend to go orange, but they always go back. So adding in my fragrance, it is the grapefruit and lily, and it is exactly what it's named for. It has fresh lily and tart grapefruit in it. So hand mix that in, and then we will get the PVC pipes over here. So I'm back the second day, and it's going to get a little complicated. I'm going to be working in a couple different steps because that fragrance tends to accelerate so much. I'm going to be working in batches here. So I'm going to pour in my lye solution, mix it with my whisk, and then I'm going to pour off just enough that will cover the bottom I should have had a bigger bowl, I don't know what I was thinking. Just to cover the bottom of my mold, because I want to do one other design on the inside of this soap. I'm going to need a bigger bowl, Tiara. Let's try that again. I have some green soap frosting setting up to the side, and I'm going to put in an icing bag and probably do a leaf tip so that once I get that grapefruit column mold inside of the soap base, I can pipe on some leaves to really add to the design. I'm going to color this in a light blue. I've chose a Caribbean blue by Nurture Soaps. And I think that'll really make that in-bed pop. So, I'm going to pour off what I need. Let me color all of this first so it's evenly colored. That would make sense too. I've set that soap to the side so that those leaves harden up, and when I put on the rest of my batter that I'm going to mix up here in a minute, it doesn't like destroy the shape of them. I am going to have some leftover batter, but I have a pie mold off to the side. If you guys remember those little bird nests that I made, I had a couple extra of them, so I will be throwing the rest of this batter in those pie shapes and decorating them with the bird nests, so you can find them in the shop when you find this soap in the shop. And then I will get some soap frosting together and play around with maybe some leaves, some flowers on top, see what I can come up with. Alright, I think I'm ready to pipe some flowers on this soap. Sometimes, you guys, I feel like my soaping life, half of it revolves around waiting for icing to set up. Not always the case, but you can ask Brad how frustrated I've gotten with this white. It would just not set up, and therefore I can't really do what I want with it. So I've just decided to do some rosettes on this because you guys know I am crap at piping roses. I admit it many times, and I thought I would give rosettes. I think I can handle that. So I'm trying some rosettes. This is yellow. I know it doesn't look yellow. That happens with yellows, is that they tend to morph. A lot of the colors that I've used in this soap wanted to morph, like the blue looks green and the green looks brown and the yellow looks orange. I also have my mold on a turntable here. I've been watching some of Yellow Cottage Soapery, and that's what she is famous for doing, is piping on top of soaps and using a turntable. Thought I would give it a try. There's a couple soaps in the future that I really am hoping I can do, but I need to put flowers on top of it, is what the design in my head. And if this all works out, this is my roses. It's like poor man roses. And I just have some random piping tips to play around with here to fill in. I have some green to put in a leaf tip and just kind of fill in here. I've got some bursting beads from Brambleberry also to go on here. So I'm just going to cover this whole entire top with these funky little shapes, and I am going to be happy with it. I don't even know really I need the turntable. For the one design I wanted to do, it would have helped, but the stupid white icing did not want to set up, so not doing that. Maybe we'll do some of those on there as well. Like that. Alright, gonna concentrate here. Happy with that. I will live with that. That is my fancy flower top for good enough for me anyway. Alright, so we're doing some gold bursting beads by Brambleberry and a little glitter. Give this a nice spray with some rubbing alcohol, because this kind of piping, for some reason, I always get soda ash on, so I want to avoid that. And I'll be back in 24 hours to give it a cut, and I am super excited about the inside of the soap, and definitely want to do more soap tops like this in the future because it just looks so pretty. Alright, it is time to cut into this and see if I got the design I was indeed going for. Grapefruits. Let's see, let's see. I think it's cute. Look at that. It looks like a little grapefruit to me. And it smells delicious. It smells just like spring. These colors are just perfect for spring. You can see that bright orange that was on top has now just turned into this very light and soft yellow. My light blue has turned up really well, and that green's not so ugly in there, so turned out 100% how I wanted it to, and I'm quite happy with the top of the soap. Rosettes, I guess that's my thing, that I can manage some rosettes. I am quite happy with that, I gotta say. Alright, there is another soap that is going to be very similar to this design that you guys will see coming up. And here are the little cakes that I made with the leftover bird nests and the leftover batter that I had. So those will make it in the shop as well. These soaps will be available on May 22nd. That is the next shop update, so mark your calendars for May 22nd if you want one of these. I love this so much. So spring. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Enjoyed watching soap making, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I will smell you later.